Hello, this is the Bread Boy, and today we're going to be looking at a replay analysis that was submitted by EvilUnicorn46. One thing I'd like to do is I'd just like to preface this video by pointing out something uh, that I already see is that the the game is a 5-0, so I'd like to quote Howdy here. So he was talking to the user explodes prior. We like to look at close games because we can give you better advice when you're playing against opponents who can put pressure on you. But if you win a game in the situation of 5-0 and the opponents leave partway through, then you won't be playing under pressure that would normally bring out flaws in your playstyle. We can look at this replay, but it'd be more beneficial for maybe the next time you submit a replay. We could more accurately look at what your current limits are and where immediate improvement can be made. So let's start. So here, looks like Infinite had that clear there, but you went up. In this situation, it's just best to trust your teammate and to stay in goal. So in this situation here, it's really beneficial to know how to half flip. It just gets you to the ball in a way that wouldn't cause you to overshoot it as you did here. Try not to be under the ball when you go for a shot like this. If you hit it in the middle, it would have resulted a bit better. So when rotating back here, try to keep your eye on your teammates and the ball. In this situation, knowing where the boost pads and 100% canisters are can really help you. Alright, Infinite scores here. So going back to half flips, in this kind of situation, it's really useful to know how to half flip because it can take you back to that boost and you can keep going a bit more smoothly. So I can show a GIF at the top left of what this would look like. So being able to just half flip like that keeps you going in a way to say it. It's really useful. All right. So here, after you see baked PvP moving up for it, you should just rotate back into goal. If you had rotated back into goal, it would have prevented this sort of awkward situation with the camera and positioning in general. Be cautious when you're moving up. If your teammate baked PvP had lost this against True Skills and it went back, it would have been better if you were a bit further behind him when that ball was lost in that contest there. You would have been able to follow up a bit better had he have lost that. So In this situation here, he went for a grounder, but it would have probably been more beneficial here. If you look at the enemies here, this guy's moving forward, this guy's moving forward this way, and they're about converging here-ish, which is about where I believe the grounder was hit. So if you waited for the ball to just land here and then bounce up, and you aim for around top of the net here, or even if you hit it above and hit the crossbar, it puts the enemies in a really dangerous situation because they're double contesting here. And if you can just pop it over them and possibly score, or if you hit it higher, you can potentially set up your teammates as well. Don't feel like you have to keep hitting the ball to try to continue a play. In this situation, don't worry about hitting it there, just go for the middle boost and continue on. So also, just another positioning tip, try not to move up as much here. You're side by side with Infinite here, and then I believe your teammate, yeah, Twitch is ahead of you, so you're going to be the last line of defense in this situation, so it's good to stay a little further back and be cautious. If Infinite's going to hit it forward, Twitch is going to be the one who's going to follow it up. Another thing here, with true skills here, instead of giving it this sort of light tap here, what would be better is if you try to hit it over his head. Specifically, it would be useful to hit it, like over him, like about here, and then just continue on the wall and follow up and go straight that way. Because if you look at where his teammate is, Cam is all the way far back over here, right by your teammate. So he's not in a position to follow up if you hit it over true skills and continue on. So in this situation here where Infinite's going up for the aerial, I don't feel like you have to be past midfield in this situation, just in case Infinite were to mess up the shot and it were to ricochet backwards and go far across court. I believe there's an enemy behind you here. Yeah, and if it went further back, he would be closer to following that up than you, and he could potentially make a shot off of something that was close to you guys scoring. Again, just try not to take your eye off the ball there when going for that boost. Looks like 2 enemies have left at this point. And that's the last goal of the game. So to kind of summarize what I talked about here, it's important that you just learn to trust your teammates. Learning how to half flip can help you a lot in some of the situations I saw. Watching your teammates and the ball. A way to do that better would be to memorize boost positions. Try not to move up in situations where it's unnecessary, such as when both teammates are contesting, like where that situation where the ball could have ricocheted back, or when your teammate was contesting on the wall earlier. It's really important because a lot of times you become the last line of defense and you're the one who's responsible for any ball coming back to the goal. You really just don't want to have a situation where there's an open goal. And lastly, just watching the enemy and positioning more closely when you're making your shots. I'll include some links to videos that'll help you with half flipping on the left-hand side. I'll make one for, or I'll link one for keyboard as well as controller. And if you have any questions, feel free to just message me. All right.